Hello and welcome to the Modern Day Dojo Podcast. This is the very first episode and I am super excited. Today we're going to be diving into the 3 areas of your brand that can make a massive impact on the success of your gym. Now, I'm a lifelong martial artist. I've been doing it since I was 4 years old, and it has given me so many gifts and so many treasures in my life. I mean, I've met my wife through the martial arts industry. Some of my best friends are in the martial arts industry, and it has allowed me to do some of the most amazing things and best memories that I have because of the martial arts. And I know if you're listening, you're the same way. You've experienced the transformative power of martial arts. You've received the benefits, and you've dedicated yourself to either teaching, running your own gym, or even just lifelong training in the martial arts. And if you're that person, this podcast is for you. Now, my goal with the Modern Day Dojo is to honor our history and our traditions. And I believe the best way that we can honor our traditions is by evolving into something that's relevant into today, because the lessons that we've learned from that history and from our traditions, if we can't apply them to today, they're wasted. And I think our instructors, our teachers, the ones who have gone before us, they would want to make sure that we are taking our lessons that we've learned and making them relevant in today's society, which is, I think, the way we're going to be able to teach people and show people that martial arts is beneficial. Martial arts isn't just a novelty and it's not just nostalgic, but it's something that should be relevant to improving the lives of everybody who trains in it today. So I'm on fire. I'm excited. I'm dedicated to starting a conversation that helps gym owners become a modern day dojo, become relevant in today's society, where people start taking us seriously. 4 pillars on becoming a modern day dojo. The first part, which is what we're going to be talking about today, is our branding and our vision. We want to make sure that we have our branding, our story in alignment, so that way we attract the right people to us. We want to make sure that we set up our businesses to be something that is for long-term legacy, not just something short-term. We don't want to start up a school and then have it close. We want to make sure to set up the right way. We want to make sure our curriculum is designed in a way that's relevant, that we're not just focusing too much on the past, and we're focusing on how we can impact our communities today and beyond. We also want to focus on modern day business systems and strategies. But make no mistake, this is not a dojo in a box type of podcast. I'm not going to tell you how to do things. I'm going to expand on a conversation, which is one that I want to have with you. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Larry Koyman. I'm a multi-school owner here in Middle Tennessee, and I'm the current head of the Goju Shori system. I've been in martial arts since 1984, and like I said, it's just been one of the most beneficial things in my entire life, and I am dedicated to helping the industry grow in any way that I possibly can. So let's dive in. We're going to talk about the 3 areas of your brand to get dialed in to massively improve the impact, influence, and yes, your income as well. Your branding is way more than your logo. It's not your color scheme, and it's not the tagline that you throw on your wall. Today, we're going to be focusing on your story, your mission, and who you plan on helping. So let's start with arguably probably one of the most important pieces, which is your story. Your story is the heart of your brand. It's what sets you apart from every other gym owner or business that's in your area. Simon Sinek says, he's the author of Start With Why, an amazing book. And if you haven't read it, read it. It's a great read. Simon Sinek's brilliant. But he says that people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Why you do it. It's the piece of the puzzle that attracts an emotion. When you tell your story, you are telling it with some level of experience, of emotion, why you do what you do. This will make people feel you, and it helps attract the people that resonate with that story. To get your story, you have to ask yourself, like what led you to start or to take over your gym? What was it that made you get into teaching? Why did you do it? Was there a moment in your life when martial arts changed everything for you? What obstacles did you have to overcome to get where you are today? A lot of the times your story includes things that people are currently struggling with. That's what makes them connect to you, because they see themselves in your story. This is why it's important as a martial arts school that you tell your story. Most schools are not doing that, which is why most schools feel vanilla. This is why every school sounds the same. What do you do? I teach focus, self-discipline, respect. Great. Every other school does too. So your story is going to be something that's going to be filled with emotion. And it allows people to resonate with your story and to feel like they know you. Once they know you, they're going to like you. And when they like you, they're going to trust you. It's going to make sales so much easier. A good story will also lead to the second item, which you need to get dialed in, which is your mission. Your mission, yes, is a mission statement, obviously, but your mission is more than that. Your mission is your purpose, how you plan to serve your community. It's what problems you actually solve with your business. This is huge, because once people connect with you and you tell people that you're dedicated to helping X problem, if somebody is dealing with that and has emotion with that problem, you don't have to sell them. They're already on board when they come in. They're going to want to participate. They're going to want to be part of that school. And then your job is to deliver, because it's the promises that you make. Your mission is your promise that I am dedicated to helping X, Y, Z by doing this in our gym. And it will absolutely resonate. You have to ask yourself, what challenges did I face? And that are these the same challenges that others may also be struggling with right now? What problems does your school fix? What specific problems does your school fix that others don't? This is the purple cow. The Seth Godin talks about the purple cow. You drive down the street and you see a cow, no big deal. You drive down the street and you see a purple cow, you're going to remember that. You stand out by being remarkable. Your mission, your story and your mission helps you stand out to be something completely different. What's your unique philosophy or approach to martial arts training? My school's name is Family First Martial Arts. Here, you are family. My story is that I grew up in a broken home. I know what dysfunction is. And growing up, I didn't have a strong family unit. Martial arts was the only place that I actually found a supporting atmosphere. I found people that were dedicated to my success. They wanted to lift me up when I fell down. They gave me encouragement when I felt like I couldn't do something. That family that I felt, that somebody had my back, that loved and cared for me. That family made me who I am today. And my whole purpose in my community is to be able to provide an atmosphere where you go, you are not just a dot on the floor. You're not just another dollar sign. You matter. You are family here. And we got your back. That's Family First Martial Arts. See, there's a difference with that and saying, hey, come here and we're going to teach you how to develop self-confidence and to have better self-respect. Every martial arts school in your area is going to be talking about those things. But when you can connect it to your own personal experience, you see how the emotion gets attached to it? That's what you want. You want that emotion. And then your dedication, your purpose is I'm providing an environment where you can come to and feel part of something bigger. You are not alone. You have a family here with us. We got your back. Now, it may not resonate with everybody, and that's okay. But here in Middle Tennessee, family values are a big part of our culture here. And it resonates with a lot of people here. So when they hear those words, they may have a very, very strong family unit at home. They may be the greatest family, but because they want to bring their kid into something that echoes what they're teaching at home, it becomes a no-brainer. All other options don't even exist. And so it helps you with your ability to be able to connect to the right people. And that's important. And that's what Family First is about. And that's our brand. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's absolutely amazing. If you don't follow him, you need to just listen to him, listen to his podcast. He's phenomenal, and he's a big proponent of branding. He says you're not just selling a service, you're solving a deep-rooted problem in your clients' lives. I believe that what we do is a massive service. It is something that we do on a daily basis. We get obsessed as martial arts instructors at how we improve the lives of our students, of our athletes. We want to make sure that we are obsessed with solving their deep-rooted problems. They're coming to us for a reason. And we want to make sure that we are dialed in on knowing our mission that solves that problem. I hope that makes sense. Once you dial in your story and you understand why you do what you do, and you know the problems that you solve as a business in your community, you want to dive deeper and start understanding specifically who you are helping. This is called your ideal client profile, or ICP. This is your ideal client avatar, your perfect niche. This can be called a whole bunch of things. But really what it boils down to, this is if you can sit down and think of the exact person that fits the mold of who you are trying to help. If you're a school that's heavily into competitions and you are working towards developing competitive athletes on a world stage, then your ideal client profile may be a little bit different than ours. My ideal client profile is I want the person who feels like they don't fit in. I want the person that feels like when they look around that they don't know if they have a ton of friends that got their back. I want the person that doesn't have the confidence in themselves to speak up, to use their voice, or doesn't even understand that their voice is their most powerful weapon. I'm not looking at, is this person coming in going to be a world-class competitor? I'm looking at how can I improve their lives to make sure that they feel, they know that they matter and they deserve to take up space. That's my ideal client profile. And everybody's is going to be different, and that's okay. Just remember, when you're making up your ideal client profile, you're not trying to appeal to everyone. If you try to appeal to everyone, you will appeal to no one. So you have to make sure that you're really diving in. You have to know exactly who you are talking to with your business, what problems you solve specifically for them. There's a very specific person. And then with your marketing, with your social media, everything that you put out there, you resist the temptation to sound vanilla. Resist the temptation to sound like every other martial arts school that's promoting stuff in your area, and be bold, be audacious, step out, be yourself. Let your emotions come through with, this is why it's so important with what you're doing, because you're talking to this one person. My whole purpose is to save a life. And I know that with our school, we've already saved at least one. I know. So that's how you really want to dial into your ideal client profile. And don't try to please everybody. That is I think, a big thing. Understanding your ideal client profile is asking yourselves who naturally connects with your story. Maybe you need to talk to some of your students that are currently taking that are just having a great time. What type of students, what type of families that come into our studio thrive, that are just on fire. What were their biggest pain points? Because if they're resonating with you, they resonated with you for a reason. And understanding them and asking them is going to help you kind of generate, okay, these are the types of people that we're attracting to our business. And also asking them, what do they most value out of your program? I think that's it's invaluable to ask the people that are currently there, that are your top clients, what is it that you love about us? We love having you here. We just want to have more people like you here. So we want to be able to attract those. So what is it that brought you to us? And you can really start diving into the specifics of who your ideal client profile is. Alex Hormozi, he has several just amazing. If you follow him, he has a book. It's called $100 Million Offers. How understanding your ideal customers makes your marketing and your sales effortless. Once you understand your ideal client profile and you know exactly who you're specifically talking to and the problems that you solve with them, when you market, you're just telling your story. You're just telling what your mission is and how you help people, and the people that resonate with that will just come to you. You become a selection of one. You really do, and that is what your goal is. And when you're thinking about this, it's pertaining to branding. Everything in your school, everything in your gym needs to reflect your story, your mission, your purpose. You need to have client testimonials on your website about what you've done for them. Those are your ICPs, and it's great because if you know who that is, and you can get them to write you a review or do a video testimonial, and you put that on your website, people are going to trust other people rather than just the business owner about the businesses or about the benefits that you've provided to them. They're gonna listen to them a lot more than they're gonna listen to you. So really, invest a lot of time into doing that, because remember, your branding, your story is the emotional core of your brand. It is what's going to drive people and make them feel connected to you. Your mission is the problem that you solve and why it matters. Why do you want to solve this? Why do you want why is this problem an issue for you? And why have you dedicated your service, your life to having this business so you can solve this problem? And your ideal client profile is knowing exactly who you're best suited to serve. I'm not going to serve everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I know that my passion, my purpose, my mission, my story resonates with somebody, and it's going to help them improve their life in some way, shape, or form. And isn't that a great way to live your life, to help serve the people around you? I think so. To me, that makes me happy. So branding isn't just your logo. It's not just your name. It's a story, mission, and audience alignment that makes your gym a movement, not just a business. And you want to be a movement in your community. You want to be something in your community where somebody talks about martial arts. They think about you. Your branding, specifically your branding, is the story that people are telling about you when you're not around, when you're not in the room. And if that story is different than the story that you're telling yourself, then you have work to do. And these three areas, your story, your mission, and your ICP, these three areas, if you just focus on these, you're gonna see a massive increase in your ability to communicate better what exactly you do. and who you serve and the purpose behind serving it. So start with these 3 areas. If you need help or you just have a question, please feel free, jump into our Facebook page, join the discussion, ask the question. I am here to serve you. The martial arts has given me so much in my life. I can't even begin to explain how much the martial arts has given me, and I just want to give back. Now, next week is going to be fun. Next week, I am super excited because we're going to be talking about modernizing your curriculum to serve your community. We want to start asking the questions: what are we teaching? What are we showing? What are we educating our athletes in that's going to help them in a real world situation, so they can make what they're learning in your dojo relevant today, useful today. So join us next week for that episode. Please and I don't even know how these podcast things work. This is my very first one. This is fun. I'm sorry. I get excited about these things. I want you just to subscribe, do what you got to do, follow this podcast, and I will see you in the next episode.